when the 50-50 trial was introduced in 2015, either the plan allows for use up to SDL or plan limit, or it's PEW. Under your new view, it was PEW. So if it's PEW, you, the department, misled the ministers to implementing a breach of the law. 6 ministers, Humphries, Blair, Pavey, Stokes, Upton and Keane, the relevant water and environment ministers while this rule was in place. So all the senior staff that wrote the Water Management Act did not view that supplementary access was planned environmental water. How will you feel, as head of Surface Water Planning, Pete, when they and their legal counsel testify that it was never planned environmental water?
So the trial went in place on an understanding. The trial was put in place because it was a trial, okay? And the trial was put in place to determine whether or not there was going to be an impact, okay? Planned environmental water under the bit also says it's the water outside what is committed to meeting in BLR and entitlements. All right? So it's everything outside of what is committed.
Sorry, that's not right.
It's what the Act says.
No, the Act does not specify what planned environmental water is in a plan. It tells you, it directs you how you should specify it in a plan. And in the plan, it has to be committed or it has to be described. And frankly, supplementary access rule does not meet the 2 requirements under the Act. You are misleading this room, and frankly, what Matt is trying to say to you is you are technically, if your view is correct, then all of those ministers were in breach. And frankly, I don't believe that the advice that those ministers were given means that they are in breach. So ultimately, you're either wrong or your new interpretation that you've brought across from the Commonwealth is wrong, or we are in breach. So it's one or the other, and ultimately we can stand here and have a discussion, but ultimately you are misleading the community around how this is being interpreted, because it comes down to changed interpretation by senior staff instead of actually looking at the law and looking at the plan and how it describes planned environmental water and the supplementary access rule. So we're not having you mislead the community here, Pete.
You are right. Under the New South Wales legislation, you're right. Okay.
So,